There's something about the magic of everyday life. In case you hear the snoring in the background, those are my kids sleeping, mixed with the consistency of putting in the work and showing up over like day after day, hour after hour, whatever the case is, however often you go and do your creative work. Something about that mixture that brings out random, fun, interesting things like this. But I wanted to tell you about something that I am trying to wrap my head around with storytelling. But hey, by the way, my name's Dars. Welcome here on this channel. Well, we're figuring things out. I'm just a single mom trying to live my daily life, take care of my kids, and still care for myself and do things for my future. And so when I went to film school a couple years ago, I remember constantly, and this is a recurring theme in my life, right? Something that I've thought about a lot is story and how I tell a story and how I repeat things back to other people. And something that I constantly do, this scene that I always have in my head, and something that I actually literally physically always do over and over and over, I find myself laying face up in my bed, like looking at the ceiling, whether it's a ceiling fan going round and round or just a blank canvas, normal white ceiling, or, like a doctor's office type of ceiling where it's those tiles that it's like the drop ceiling. Or like sometimes, like in Nicaragua, laying on the bed and it's a bare light bulb. But always this moment of laying on the bed, staring up at the ceiling, and just thinking through things. So sometimes that moment is very sad. Sometimes that moment is very reflective. Sometimes very happy. Sometimes very thankful. Sometimes I'm feeling very blessed. But always when I'm, laying, staring at the ceiling, and I'm thinking of this storytelling, it's like I'm feeling a very strong emotion, whether it's good or bad, hard, easy, difficult, fun, interesting. Feeling a very strong emotion. So when I went to film school and I was describing this to my mentor, like, how do I capture this moment in a film? Because something that I found with my own storytelling, my own writing, my own thoughts, ideas, whatever, is that I always have these feelings that I'm trying to convey, but when I write them as feelings. I don't really know I can't think of how to convert my thoughts and feelings into something that somebody can watch and feel what I'm feeling in that moment. And so I write it as I'm thinking this, I'm feeling this. But when I think about converting those thoughts into images, like a movie, like a video, I'm like, what? How do you do that? So as much fun as I've been having and how much I've been enjoying really writing my daily journal in a very like storytelling, emotive, emotional way, and much more like a way that pulls a potential reader in, which I don't really plan on people reading my daily journal, right? But it's practice, just putting in the practice of writing about something in a way that's interesting to somebody else and that can help them feel that moment again. Or even myself, if I were to go back and read my own journal in the future, I could put myself straight back into that moment and know exactly how I felt when I wrote that. Or at least from that memory, because memories are so, so like, they can come and go and you can remember things completely wrong than what actually happened. So I have been thinking about this. I'm curious if you have any thoughts around this. If you have any stories that you've read or movies that you've watched that you felt really conveyed an emotion really well, I would be very curious to see. Comment down below. Down below. In the meanwhile, I'm kind of just enjoying this little idea that I had. And this is obviously, maybe not obviously, it's a little nightlight. I'll try to show you to you real quick. I have these little, it's like a little movie theater thing. So when you go, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.